We need to talk about Star Trek 2. JJ's, I guess, officially now signed on. Is that sort of give you some confidence that original team is all back together, considering the success, that you had in the first one?
Yeah, I mean, I would have never imagined that he wouldn't come back, or that, a lot of the key players wouldn't have returned for the second one, but I guess it was a possibility, so I'm glad that there's no doubt about that, and it's really starting to ramp up in a big way, and preparations are certainly begun. So I'm going back to LA after this trip and going to dive into start focusing on that a lot more.
So how do you get into that sort of Spock headspace? It's got to be more than just adjusting the eyebrows, right? Like what gets you in there?
Huge part of it. I haven't even read the script yet, so I think figuring out the point at which we re-enter the story will be really informative and define a lot about how I prepare for it. There's a transformation that takes place as we get ready to start, and actually the physical part of it is pretty significant. So there's such a sense of stillness with that character, but it's important to understand where it's coming from.
I think it would be unimaginable to make that film without JJ. So to know that he's going to be at the helm again, and sort of manning the ship, so to speak, is pretty amazing. We all have such tremendous respect for him, and he's such a brilliant human being. That it gives you great confidence in going in to make this again. And also, just on a personal level, it's exciting to be with those guys again in that same crew, and I look forward to what we're going to be getting up to. And I don't know anything about the film yet. I just know we're going to make it at some point. But even that, just the knowledge of the fact that we're all going to be together making it is great.
Yeah, I actually spoke with Zachary Quinto yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying he's beginning to get into that Spock headspace. He's looking forward to fixing his eyebrows and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, is there anything like getting into that Chekhov headspace? Is it just making sure you can still nail that accent? Well, what is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of stuff. It's going to be going back and rewatching the shows and going back and looking at my notes on the original, because I think there were insights that I wrote down and things that I studied, and going back and rewatching the movies. And to a certain extent, which is going to be kind of weird, is going back and watching the first film we made and studying what I did there to try and capture that and see when I get a chance to see what we're going to be doing, see how I can combine the two. It's going to be really important to basically pick up all the work where it left off, which is interesting because I've never done that before. I've never had to reprise a character, which will be interesting.